Hi, good morning dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the amputation. Okay, you know what is amputation? See the leg like this. Do we can survive this? No, it will go back up and then have problems. So we need to remove it. സോ സർജിക്കലി ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള ഉപയോഗശൂന്യമായിട്ടുള്ള ഭാഗങ്ങളെ കയ്യിലെ കാലിലെയും ഭാഗങ്ങളെ മുറിച്ചു മാറ്റുന്നതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ലാറ്റിൻ വേർഡ് ആംപ്യൂട്ടേർ, ടു കട്ട് ഓഫ് ഓർ കട്ട് എവേ എന്ന വേർഡിൽ നിന്നുമാണ് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ removal of a part or an entire limb through one or more bones or through the joint. If we are removing the part of the limb through a joint, it is called disarticulation. So you can amputee means can be from anywhere, even to the tip, from the tip of the finger. If you remove, it's called amputation. Or if you are removing the whole limb, that's from the shoulder joint or from the hip joint or whatever it is, or upper limb or lower limb, completely removing, or from the elbow or from below elbow, above elbow, is called amputation. It's not a failure. It's not a failure of surgery, but it's a reconstructive procedure. We are removing it to maintain the functional limb as possible. If the limb is dead or it is dying or it's useless due to congenital abnormalities, then we are doing the surgery to remove, to save. Okay, and dead limb means due to gangrene. Deadly means it's dying, dangerous, and there is no use for this, then we are doing amputation. It may be due to traumatic conditions like crush injuries to the limb, vascular condition like ischemic condition, that is where there is no blood supply, and gangrene, and neoplastic conditions like malignant tumors, and infective conditions like leprosy, elephantiasis, or congenital conditions, that means from birth itself some grossly damaged or deformed or useless, then we are doing the amputation. There are different types of classification of amputation according to the surgical procedure or the emergency situation. According to the surgical procedure, it can be open or closed, or according to the situations, emergency or like that. So there are three types: guillotine amputation, classical amputation, and revision amputation. Guillotine amputation used when the primary healing is unlikely or delayed because of the infection, inadequate wound debridement, and it is done as a emergency procedure to save the life of the patient. പെട്ടെന്ന് തന്നെ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്, ഒരു ജീവൻ രക്ഷിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. കാല് പോയാലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കൈ പോയാലോ വേണ്ടിയില്ല, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ സ്പ്രെഡായിട്ട് പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു കണ്ടീഷന് ചെയ്യുന്ന എമർജൻസി പ്രൊസീജിയറാണ് ഗില്ലോട്ടിൻ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ. ക്ലാസിക്കൽ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ, these are planned amputation where regular skin flaps are raised and wound closed after ablation of the limb. നല്ലോണം നമ്മൾ പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്ത് ഇട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷനാണ് ക്ലാസിക്കൽ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ. ക്ലാസിക്കൽ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് അതെങ്ങനെ വേണം, സ്റ്റമ്പ് എങ്ങനെ വേണം എന്നൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ തന്നെ പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റും. പിന്നെ വേറെ ഒരു ടൈപ്പ് ഓഫ് ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷനാണ് റിവിഷൻ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ, യൂസ്ഡ് ആഫ്റ്റർ പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ ആസ് എൻ എലക്റ്റീവ് സർജറി. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഗില്ലോട്ടിൻ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ ഒക്കെ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഒരു പ്രോസ്തസിസ്, അതായത് പിന്നെ ആർട്ടിഫിഷ്യൽ ലിംബ് ഫിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റില്ല. അതായത് നമ്മൾ റീസ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യണമല്ലോ ആ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട സംഭവം. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള സന്ദർഭങ്ങളിലാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, റിവിഷൻ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ക്ലാസിക്കൽ ആംപ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ ചെയ്താൽ തന്നെ ആ ലിംബിന് എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ വന്നിട്ട് അത് മര്യാദയ്ക്ക് ഒരു പ്രോസ്തറ്റിക് ഫിറ്റിങ്ങിന് അനുയോജ്യമല്ലാത്ത ഭാഗമാണ് ആ ആംപ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തതിൻ്റെ മുകളിലുള്ള ഭാഗമെങ്കിൽ അതിന് അനുയോജ്യമായ രീതിയിൽ നമ്മൾ amputate. Okay, അതാണ് revision amputation. So there are three types of amputation: guillotine amputation, classical amputation, and revision amputation. Guillotine amputation is an emergency procedure, and classical amputation is a planned procedure, and revision amputation we are doing again once we have completed an amputation, and if the limb or residual part of the amputation is not able to provide the functional, then we are going for again revising the amputation and to make use of the stem to attain the functional activities. That's called revision amputation. So it's very important. You need to, all of you need to know about the types of amputation: guillotine, classical, and revision amputation. And another type is open or closed. Closed means all the skin flaps, muscle, skin, and all closed after the amputation. Open means it keeps open. We will discuss about the levels of amputation. It is determined by the diseased process and viability of the tissues and processes available, and determination of adequate blood flow, lowest palpable pulse, temperature, skin color, bleeding, and Doppler angiography, all we are doing before the amputation to determine where we need to cut. Okay, so the disease process, how it goes, and how we fit the prosthesis to attain the previous functional activity or near normal activities, or to make the patient independent in activities of daily living. For example, if we are amputating the lower limb, he cannot walk, so we need to fit the processes to make him walk. So for that, the residual part of the amputation need to be fit for the prosthesis. So these are, now we will look at the levels of amputation. So for the upper limb, it can be wrist disarticulation. Means if it is through the joint, we call it disarticulation. So wrist disarticulation, or hand or partial hand amputation, or fingers amputation, below elbow amputation, elbow disarticulation, above elbow amputation, shoulder disarticulation, and forequarter, including the scapula. Both shoulder blade and collarbones are removed in the forequarter amputation. Okay, so finger, partial hand, wrist disarticulation, below elbow, above elbow, and elbow disarticulation, shoulder disarticulation, and forequarter disarticulation. That means including the shoulder girdle, and that means scapula and clavicle. Forequarter amputation. So now you know what are the levels of amputation in the upper limbs. Now we will discuss about the levels of amputation in the lower limbs. In the same way, we call, if the amputation is doing through the joint, it is disarticulation. So in the hip, in the lower limb, we can do the hip disarticulation, through knee amputation, and ankle disarticulation. Okay, and foot, toe amputation, partial foot amputation, below knee amputation, above knee amputation, and hemipelvectomy. Okay, hemipelvectomy means amputing including the pelvis, whole femur and hip bone on one side. If it's amputing, it's called hemipelvectomy. Okay, or if through the hip amputing, then hip disarticulation, and below the hip joint, it's above knee amputation. Below the hip joint at any level, In between the knee joint, it is a bony amputation, and from the knee to ankle at any level, it is called below knee amputation, and through knee amputation or disarticulation if it's doing through the knee joint, and if doing through the ankle joint, it is called ankle disarticulation. So the complications of amputations are immediate and late. Immediate complications are infection, secondary hemorrhage, and skin sloughing, etc. And late complications are stem neuroma, contracture, phantom limb sensation. Now, phantom limb pain and sensation. Phantom limb pain means the sensation felt on the limb that is not present. അതായത് ആംബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കളഞ്ഞ ഭാഗം നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യുകയും ആ ഭാഗത്തിന് പെയിനുണ്ട് എന്ന് തോന്നുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നതിനെയാണ് ഫാൻറ്റം ലിംബ് സെൻസേഷൻ എന്നും ഫാൻറ്റം ലിംബ് പെയിൻ എന്നും പറയുന്നത്. ഫാൻറ്റം limb sensation is a sensation that the limb is still present. Okay, both phantom pain and sensation are generally located to the distal part of the missing limb. For example, നമ്മൾ ബിലോ നീ ആംബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാണെങ്കിൽ ആംബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത ആംഗിൾ അവിടെ ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് തോന്നുകയും ആ ഭാഗത്ത് വേദന അനുഭവപ്പെടുകയും ചെയ്യുക. ആ തോന്നലിനെയാണ് സെൻസേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫാൻറ്റം പെയിൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ആ ഭാഗത്ത് പെയിൻ അനുഭവപ്പെടുന്നതായിട്ട് പെർസീവ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനെയാണ്. പേഴ്സൺ വിത്ത് ഫാൻറ്റം ലിംബ് പെയിൻ ഹാവ് വേഴ്സ് ആൻഡ് ലോവർ ഹെൽത്ത് റിലേറ്റഡ് ക്വാളിറ്റി ഓഫ് ലൈഫ്. After the amputation, we need to give proper care to the patients in case of general care and physiotherapy. For the general care, to control the pain and prevent edema and prevention of infection, DVT prevention, deep vein thrombosis, and care of other medical conditions like diabetes control, hypertension control, etc., and suture removal and physiotherapy to improve the muscle strength and to keep the upper extremity joints mobile, and teach the patient how to use the crutches and prosthesis. The main goal of rehabilitation is to prevent any complications of immobility. Other goals include the patient education, conditioning, functional training, and psychological support. Psychological support is very important because he is missing the limb, so he needs the support. Rehabilitation program can be divided into pre-op period, post-op period, which is in pre-prosthetic stage, and prosthetic stage, before fitting the prosthesis and after fitting the prosthesis. Community and vocational rehabilitation and lifelong management and follow-up. This loss is lifelong, so we need to follow up lifelong with adjustments for prosthesis to make him independent in his previous activities, etc. For example, independent making ADL activities of daily living, walking, eating, etc. if upper limb is affected or lower limb if affected. We need to start the rehabilitation during the pre-operative period itself. Care includes medical and physical assessment, power of the crutch muscles, joint mobility, balance reactions in sitting and standing, and patient education regarding the procedure he is going through and his stage after the surgery, etc., and functional abilities, and discuss about the complications of phantom limb pain and sensation, and if possible, patient should be placed in a cardiopulmonary conditioning program before the surgery. So he will get an overall idea what is going to happen, and it's a permanent loss of a limb which is yourself from your birth. So this is like really affecting the mental status of the patient. So the psychological support is very important. Exercises we need to include breathing exercise to clear the lung secretions as the patient is not working, and so we need to clear up. Strengthening exercises for the shoulder extensors, adductors, elbow extensors, and other crutch muscles, hip extensors, abductors, quadriceps, etc. If the lower limb is getting amputated, he is using his upper limb for walking by using the crutches. And mobilization for hip extension, knee flexion and extension. And we need to teach him how to transfer from bed to chair and back. And he need to teach how to move on wheelchair, and stabilization for trunk in sitting and standing. These are the main exercises which we need to teach and encourage them to do, as they need all this to gain the previous status or independent activities of daily living. So pre-prosthetic rehab before fitting the prosthesis. Prosthesis is an artificial limb. Okay, and stem is the residual part of the limb which is left after amputation, on which we are fitting the prosthesis. Amputees will be taught to care for their stem by their either nurse or a physiotherapist. It is extremely important that to master the techniques of caring stem. If the stem is not good, then we cannot fit the prosthesis. If the stem is not good, it may go even for revision amputation to make it suitable for fitting the prosthesis. If utmost attention is not given to this care, means stem care, then small easily reversible problems may develop into a large ones which becomes difficult to treat. So we need to care the stem, we need to desensitize, and we need to do the range of motion and muscle strengthening of the remaining joints and muscles, and progressive functional mobility training without the prosthesis with the assistive device, and restoring of control of the patients, and patient education and preparation for prosthetic use. We need to care the stem, keep the stem clean, dry and free from infection at all times. If fitted with a prosthesis, should remove it before going to sleep. Inspect and wash the stem with mild soap and warm water every night. Then dry thoroughly and apply talcum powder. Do not use the prosthesis until the skin has healed. The stem sock should be changed daily, and the inside of the socket may be cleaned with mild soap. Stem wrapping. A wrapping provides a number of positive benefits. It decreases the edema, venous stasis, assists in shaping, and helps to counteract the contracture and provide skin protection, reduce the tissue problems and phantom limb sensation, and desensitize the residual limb. So we need to do the bandaging for the stem. Okay, so you know the stem is the remaining part of the limb which is left after amputation.